movie chest this week.
It's kind of a big one. It's one like I'd
Big
seen
one.
around a lot.
Yeah, won the Oscar Best Picture,
Best Picture, Best Actor,
1975.
Deservedly so.
Best Supporting Actress, right? Too.
Was that?
Was it
I think
Louise
so.
Fletcher as Nurse Ratched?
I think so. I could be
It was
wrong.
great.
I know Jack Nicholson
It
won.
was good. I think this was my
Yeah.
favorite role I'd ever seen Jack Nicholson in.
Yeah,
He was, I don't know,
He was good, yeah.
good character, and he played him well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Best Picture, Best Actress, yeah, Louise Fletcher, Best Actor, Jack Nicholson, Best Director, and Best Screenplay.
nice.
Damn.
Yeah, Milos Forman directed it, and he's made a couple of big movies also, like Amadeus and
Yeah.
Man on the Moon. So pretty prestigious stuff, but not like that many movies. And this is based on a novel as well. But
Mhm.
yeah, definitely a big movie for 75 and still a big movie nowadays, right? I mean,
Oh,
I think
yeah.
the
I
book
my
is
first time
like-
watching.
I mean, the book is like one of the like banned books or whatever. There's like
Is it?
on a lot of banned books lists.
No way. Okay.
Yeah.
Or like used to, or still now is probably.
Is it
I don't know.
because
Yeah.
Jack
I mean, Florida
Nicholson's-
bans all their fucking books. But anyway, sorry.
is it because Jack Nicholson's character is like a pedophile? Like, isn't he like a pedophile or some shit? Like,
Just
I think
some
it's like-
statch, you know.
Yeah,
just a little
I
stash.
mean,
A bit of
that's
stash.
what that's like explained at the beginning. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
probably. I from what I was looking at, it didn't really
It's
go
like
into
the dark
specifics,
nature.
but I think it was also just like, I don't know, the themes at the time. I think it was like in the Actually, I don't know when this book was written.
if
let me
I'm-
just look it up.
probably
If I'm thinking like
60s,
that,
early 70s.
yeah, that period of like mental health practice. Yeah. It's,
Yeah, but like, there's like an underlying thing here of like not conforming to society and like I don't know how you
Yeah,
get
for
beaten
sure.
down and shit.
That's
so
why
like
you
I
get
think
taught
that was like why it was originally
1984.
banned.
Mhm.
In school.
That seems
'Cause
like a
the
great
end of that
theme.
book, the dude just like surrenders in, doesn't he?
Yeah, dude, he totally
That's so
does.
fucked
Yeah,
up. And
he
the
just
Cuckoo's
gives
not
up on
saying
love and fucking gives into the system. Like,
Yeah,
Mm.
that's
yeah,
crazy.
totally fucked.
Yeah, I mean, this was my first watch.
Same.
Yeah,
Yeah, same.
I'll reserve most of my thoughts, but I'll say it was pretty good. Pretty good. What do you guys think about
Yeah.
it?
Well, this is
Yeah.
my second watch. I watched it for film studies class, I think. I don't know, whichever. I forget the professor, but I think after rewatching this, I think it really, the class itself kind of put a bad taste in my mouth. Because I don't know if you remember, Matt, me and Emily were partners for the Tarantino presentation, and like I put my heart and soul into what he only required, and it said a handout, no description on what the handout needed. So I, go pretty hard on my Tarantino handout. Think I do a pretty good job, and he uses ours as an example of what not to do. So from that point on, Cohagen was dead to me. So maybe that's what sullied my view of this movie when we watched it over the course of like 4 different classes. But this second watch through, all that to be said, I was wrong. So really good.
You
Yeah, I could
flipped.
see that making me hate it too, or everything about that class.
Right.
Oh no, I
about
hated
it.
that class.
That sounds
from
so shitty.
Yeah, that was rough. And then he tried to tell me that like Tarantino just doesn't do rock star shit to do rock star shit, and I'm like, bro,
Well,
you don't know anything.
yeah.
You don't know it. Why are you teaching this class?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
So
anyway,
this time, you loved it.
yeah, no, this time I don't know. Maybe it was just because I was fully immersed this time, and yeah, I just really liked what it was trying to say. But what I really liked, one of the things I really liked was that I was constantly asking myself, is this guy a good person? Because, like we mentioned, he has a couple statch charges, but at the same time, he's kind of a good person. I mean, he's got good intentions, even though
Yeah,
the
He inspires
society
good
or
things.
I think it's, like,
institution
supposed to
says
be
that he's
questionable.
dangerous, right?
'cause,
Which is what
I
I
mean,
really
he totally
liked.
is.
A
Like, I
life
mean,
he
he's
injects in
totally
other
is like
patients.
I mean, he's into some shady shit, obviously.
Right,
But
for sure.
I mean, at least like the camaraderie between him and like the patients there. Like, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, yeah, is supposed to lead you to question if he's a good person or not, or what makes a
Right.
good person. So.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what I really liked about it, I guess. And maybe I just didn't get that when I was watching it. And Cohagen's class because I was just so pissed to exist in there. But yeah, this
Yeah.
time being fully immersed in the experience of the Cuckoo nest, I liked it. Liked it a lot.
Coolness.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, I felt this one felt a little bit dated to me when I watched it, but
Okay.
like I got like Deer Hunter vibes when we watched Deer Hunter. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like it's just like there are very impactful things in it. I just didn't feel them that much. I don't know if that's like a fault of mine, you know, or if it's like just like the experience of the movie nowadays. But
I kind of felt that a little bit too. That it's just like this was like put out for a reason, I think, at the time. And then like not necessarily that it like doesn't apply to today. But like I don't know. I think even if this movie did come out today, I think a lot of people would be like, this dude's like doing this shit in a fucking mental hospital. Like, what the fuck? Like, does he not care about people's mental health? So like I don't know. I guess
At
it
the
would just
same
be like
time,
different releasing this today.
do the patients care about their mental health? I mean, they're self-admitted, right? And they can get out at any time. They know what Ratchet is doing to them and what the institution is doing to them, but they still come back
Yeah.
because they're told that it's making them better. So, like, you know,
It's a good point.
I don't know.
Yeah, I
I
mean the
thought-
medication time and all that. It's like screams like addiction, like imposed an addiction. You know, it's like
there's
yeah,
like
that's
fear too.
yeah, it's like fear mongering. You're like trapping the
What?
patients in their own heads. Like you
Yeah.
guys are not all right. You're here because you're not all right. Just and it's like it seemed like throughout the only goal for like the nurses was for them to their goal was to like make people acknowledge that they're not all right. And then
Right,
that was it.
exactly.
It was like they were there to like help fix their
Yeah.
problems or anything like
Bi-
that. So
Billy's character was a perfect example of that. I mean, by the time he finally gets to a point where he's like a, a young boy in the world and he finally, slays some
Man
poon and
down.
then Ratchet's like, I'm telling your mom. And he's like, oh, I'm going to kill myself. So,
yeah,
it's,
dude.
yeah.
And like his reaction was like everything I was feeling towards Nurse Ratchet at that point. I was like,
she's like in the meetings, she's like, we make this progress, right? Just talking about all these bad things. And finally, when Billy actually makes progress, she brings up the bad things and reverts him back. So it's
Yeah.
when
don't you feel
progress is actually made,
ashamed?
the institution says, sit down, little boy.
Yeah. Rub me the wrong way.
Also, like I never read this book or like watched this before, but I watched there's like an episode of It's Always Sunny that kind of like spoofs this, but like, and I don't know. At the end, Frank gets Chief to pick up the thing and throw it out a fucking window. So I knew that was gonna happen, but I did not think like I thought that fucking Jack Nicholson's character would like get out because of that. Like, because I knew like kind of how it was gonna end.
You
But
thought
yeah,
beat him,
so
join him.
I was like, I
Chief,
think I was like
Jack
extra
Nicholson.
surprised like about the end because like I was like assuming that he was just gonna be fine, based on like shit that I had already seen.
I kind of expect like when they were like at the end when they were kind of like walking him in, I was like, oh, is he up to his old tricks? The old talk therapy.
I thought so too.
Is
Yeah.
he miming or whatever? And then you see
Oh,
like
he
the
didn't have an
lobotomy
audience,
scar.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like, oh shit. Yeah, that Chief reveal was good though, man. I was like, you're
juicy
in.
fruit.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, I don't know. There was some great scenes.
I watched an hour and 40 minutes of this without even realizing that Danny DeVito was Martini. Dude.
Really?
Holy, I had no
Wait,
idea.
what?
I just still didn't
Danny
know.
DeVito
What?
is the little dude in this movie.
Yeah. This is like
Damn.
one of his first roles, I'm pretty sure.
I
Holy
totally
shit.
forgot that.
I didn't even know
Wild,
that.
dude.
I didn't even
I was
catch
literally
that.
like almost done with the movie. And I just really like there was one little moment where you could see DeVito,
You're like,
but he's like
is this
not
giving Penguin? Yeah.
yeah, right. He fucking blends in for sure.
Yeah. Holy shit. All right.
Holy
Hats off
shit.
to playing a mental patient.
He does it well.
Yeah.
He's going for it
And
early in
Billy-
his career.
Billy is Grimmer Wormtongue too. That one
Yeah.
clicked with me this watch through. I was like, why does he look so fucking familiar?
He did look
And then-
familiar. Holy
Take off
okay.
the
Okay.
eyebrows.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just covered the screen. There he is.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought the highlight of the movie for me, honestly, was Jack Nicholson. Really, very good.
Yeah.
Louise Fletcher, though, honestly, I think she stole kind of like a lot of the like subtleness, like the seething undertones to her character. Because, like, honestly, throughout the first half, she's like not really like a bad person. She's kind of just like
Seems like a regular nurse.
running her ward,
Yeah.
or whatever, and this
And then you
dude's that's
find
like a
out that
wild
she's
card. that
obsessed
came
with
in.
controlling them.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's all she really cares about. Is like just coming in and
Mostly
getting
bad like a
control.
bitch.
Yeah, but I don't know. Her like it was hard to read her all movie and kind of like what she was like actually feeling. Because like it could have been like cartoony, and just like really like one note, like fucking Wicked Witch of the West or whatever. But it's not that. It's kind of like you gotta kind of like find the evil in it. So
Yeah, I feel like you really like get the window in when they're sitting. I think it's right before the shock therapy, before he kind of like sets everyone off, Jack Nicholson's character. And she's just telling, I don't know if it's Cheswick or Martini, she's just like yelling at him to sit down. It's like, okay, this chick, and like won't answer half the questions he's asking. It's like, all right, this lady.
ending the vote early, like
Yeah, man. Yeah, true. I love the fishing scene though. That was just fun. It was enjoyable. That was like evidence of Jack Nicholson's character injecting life into the like of him being a good influence on all the
When you think he's gonna like do something naughty or like stab everybody in the back and do this out of his own like something for himself, it was just in the end he was like, no, these people are just people.
Along for the ride,
Oh,
having a good
yeah.
time.
I feel like this movie, why I give it a little bit of like more appreciation too, is that it has like a long like lineage of like homages / inspiration from it. Like I felt like a lot of Robin Williams in this, like Patch Adams-y type stuff, like School of Rock even, and then like Peanut Butter Falcon. All these movies where there's like you have to like lead these misfits, and you're kind of like a gruff, down and out type of character or something like that.
Yeah.
I feel like they all kind of hint back to this movie a little bit in subtle ways. So
I could see that. I haven't seen either of those that you mentioned,
School
but
of
I
Rock?
could see that. Well, yeah, School of Rock. What was it? Patch Adams and
Peanut Butter Falcon.
Yeah, I haven't
Side
seen
of the boot.
those. So, but I could see that. Yeah.
So that's cool. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'll probably give it like 3.5, 4 stars. Like I said, it
Okay.
didn't really feel a lot of it as it was happening. But if I revisit, maybe because I was thinking about Deer Hunter after this too, and I was like, that movie might even be better than it first landed on me. Like, I don't know.
Really.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I'll never go
But
back to Deer Hunter. That was an excruciating like 3 hours of my life. I don't know.
it was
And like I
impactful.
get what it was going for. And yeah, I mean when it hit. But at the same time, the beginning, the wedding sequence lasted for
That was way too long. Yeah.
way too
Fast
long.
forward to
And
that
like
little bit.
yeah, it didn't really need to be part of the I don't know. I guess it built up that camaraderie, but at the same time the camaraderie is just kind of blown apart. Anyway, I guess
Yeah. I
back
get
to
that.
Cuckoo's Nest. I'm at like 5 stars now, so it was good for me.
That's big.
Yeah, I gave it 5. I was like between 4.5, 5. Oh, my shit.
I started at 3.5 because I thought it was extremely mid,
Mhm.
but
It was just
I
like
gave it a
after
3.5.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just like down to watch it again after I watched it, which I was surprised with because it's pretty like heavy.
It's pretty heavy.
But I was
it's
like,
pretty well
yeah,
paced
pretty
too, to
heavy.
be honest. For
Yeah.
Not bad.
I mean, being an older film and
Yeah.
the subject matter, I thought it was pretty well paced for a
Like,
2 hour and
looks
15-minute
really
movie.
good too. Like
It
I don't know
does,
if it
yeah.
was just like the remaster or whatever that they did, but it looks fucking good.
It did, yeah, for sure.
And the electroshock sequence was like genuinely like a very well done sequence, I thought, and like ahead of its time, and like its reveals and like how it evolves and stuff like that.
You think he actually got shocked? Or was he selling it? Because he was selling it, man. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah,
Active, baby.
he's going for it. Any other comments on Cuckoo's Nest before we move on?
I just have some fun facts if you guys are interested. Because I was like curious. I was like, where did they film this? Were mental patients involved, that kind of thing. And
Yes.
mostly like mental, yeah, they were. It was like mostly background actors and whatnot were actual mental patients. But Jack Nicholson was not Milos Forman's first choice, which I thought was interesting because I like after
was.
seeing him in this, I was
Who
like, holy,
was?
like yeah.
What's the casting? What if here?
It was there were a few. Hold on. It's here.
It's cool seeing Christopher Walken too. He's kind of like on the perimeter of this movie, but he's like so distinct and tall and like him, in Cuckoo's
Yeah.
Nest.
I missed him. I didn't even see him.
Walken, that dude, the
Yeah.
bald dude. Wow.
Walken? You mean
No,
Christopher
not
Lloyd?
Christopher Lloyd. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I was like,
yeah.
what the fuck?
I was like,
You
I
didn't see
definitely
Christopher
feel
Lloyd
like I
in the
would
background. Or Christopher Walken in the background.
yeah.
No, yeah, Christopher Lloyd. That's what I was talking though.
Gotcha. Yeah, it was cool to see him. Other runner-ups were, well, his original vision was James Caan. Couldn't get him, but other ones were like Steve McQueen, Gene Hackman, Marlon Brando.
I can see
possible
Gene
castings.
Hackman being pretty good.
Same, that's what I thought. I was like, all right, maybe him. And then Audrey Hepburn and Jane Fonda were in the running for Nurse Ratched as well.
Big names.
Yeah, I was like, interesting. That's about it, though. Other stuff is just like behind the scenes of certain scenes and whatnot. But yeah,
Cool.
mental institutions, great sets to film on.
Was
Fuck
just like
yeah.
a lot of
Places.
like yelling in this movie also that
Mm.
made me just like physically it just doesn't like feel good to like watch, But it's like
fair.
if you're sitting in a mental institution, the noises are gonna get to you. like
One scream sets off 5 more.
yeah, it just
Yeah.
never stops.